I think that's similar to old school. You know what I mean? I'm an old school fighter, and that's how I think. I'm not a 12-round fighter. I'm a 15-round fighter. So you gotta have that mindset. I mean, 15 rounds was in Ray Charles era, James Brown and those guys. So when you got to have that mindset when you're getting ready for a fight. You know what I mean? You're a 15-round fighter, not a 12-round fighter.
Where's that mindset come from?
My dad and my trainer Fred Jenkins. I think that mindset come from them guys. They old school trainers. So when you got guys like that, you got to think. You know what I mean? They give you that mindset. You got to be a 15-round fighter, not a 12-round fighter. And I think that's why I was playing Ray Charles and James Brown and those guys.
When you're in the ring, how much does that old school mindset play to your advantage?
It play a lot because these new school fighters, they only go on, you know what I mean, that fancy stuff and all that pad work, and that doesn't work in the ring. You know what I mean? The smart fighter will be around long, and you can see just by watching Bernard Hopkins. He's around at 50 years old. You know what I mean? He's a one out from being 50, and he's still around. So you got to look at that. You know what I mean? The reason why me and Fred Jenkins Jr. is going to be such because of the trainers that we have in our corner. You know what I mean? They old school trainers. They come from that 15-round era. So when you got that in your corner, you have to acknowledge that and be thankful for that.
The banner of the wall says the home of the future world champion, Hart. How far in the future is that?
It's not far. We're close. We're real close. We're knocking at the door. We got 1 foot in. So I think that's going to make a huge difference in my future, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, like I said, whoever they threaten, I'm taking. I never turned a fight down this far in my career. I will not start. So I think that got me thus far in my career today, where I'm at today. You know what I mean? I'm ranked number 2 by the USBA. Bottom Jack is number 1. So I mean, you know what I mean, that can make for a future matchup. I don't turn down no fights, and I think that's why I got this far in my career today.
And to be fighting in Philly in a main event, what's that feel like?
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I can't describe the feeling, because you got your family, your friends, everybody's coming out to see you. You know what I mean? I think that's why I went away to training camp, me and Fred Jenkins Jr., because we wanted to get away from the crowd and the excitement of it all. And sometimes fighters get put up into that. And I think by us being out of California, we had a chance to get away and clear our minds and not deal with the wrath of everybody asking for tickets, or, you know what I mean, everybody want to hold you because they know you about to perform in the city. And I think that was a plus for us to get out there in training camp.
First time you went away?
No, I've been away many a time. You know what I mean? I was up there as a pro. No, this is not the first time. I went away for my 3rd fight also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're giving toys to the kids. Just what caused you to do that?
Just about being less fortunate. You know what I mean? I didn't have toys sometimes for Christmas. Some Christmas I had to sacrifice for my 2 sisters. My dad, you know, my dad became a working man after boxing. And sometimes he couldn't afford to give me toys, and you know what I mean, I had to sacrifice some things for my sisters. So I think that's what that mindset has. I don't want no kids to suffer. If I'm in a position to help somebody, I don't want no kids to feel left out. That's just me. I came up with the idea. For the turkeys. I gave away turkeys on November 22nd. I don't want. If I'm in a position to help, I don't want to feel nobody feel left out. You know what I mean? All these ideas we brainstormed, we sat at the table, and we gave back. You know what I mean? I came up with some idea to give back.
Were they younger sisters?
No, my older sister. One was older than me and one was younger than me. But they girls. My dad always taught me women come before men. You're a man. Even though I was a child, I'm still a man child. And that's how he raised me. You know what I mean? You're supposed to sacrifice for your sisters, because at the end of the day, they're girls. You know what I mean? And I think that carried over. You know what I mean? To me this day, that instilled in me to give back to the less fortunate. And I think we done that this far.
What kind of work did he do after boxing?
He worked for the city. He was a housing man. He worked in many districts. Worked in the Blumberg district, the Diamond district. Down there at Bentley Hall on 22nd and City. So they shipped him around, but he retired. He's retired working man. He did his 20 years, and I think that's big. That's real big. Like I said, I don't want no kids to suffer, because at the end of the day, their parents are trying hard. Maybe their parents didn't help, and I'm just trying to help. Like I said, if the cameras wasn't here, I'd still be trying to do that, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, I know where I come from. Hard, I came up real rough, in a rough area. I mean, 20th and Burks. You know what I mean? sometimes Fred Jenkins had to bring toys over because my dad is so close. So you got to understand that when guys like that in your corner, you don't never want to see kids the less fortunate not have, because you was in that position once. And if you're in a position to help, why not?
You have Billy in your corner now. What's his role?
Billy was just around the camp. Billy just wrapped my hands for the day. He came down. Danny Davis couldn't be there today because he's working with Gabe Lozado. And like I said, it's just a good person to have. Billy been around a long time. Why not wrap my hands for the day and keep him going? Like I said, we got Lord Fred Jenkins coming up on the undercard. I think that's amazing. You know what I mean? That's amazing to get Fred Jenkins and Cyclone Hart on one card together. It's never been done before. This is the first time we're doing this. I mean, you got two legend sons fighting on the same card. I think that's amazing for the city. People don't know how big that is. That's historic.
What do you know about this guy you're fighting?
I just know he got more knockouts than I have fights. He's 28 and 5,
28-9.
28-9 with 25 knockouts. 25 knockouts the kid is. So you got to look at that, just at that alone. You know what I mean? People look at it and say, well, he's in over his head. He's in over his head. I can never be in over my head. With the trainers and the toolies that I have in my corner, I can never be in. Fred Jenkins, my dad, they come, like I said, they come from the old school era of boxing, that 15-round era. I can never be in over my head. I'm supremely confident. I went to training camp. Like I said, man, when you got trainers in your corner like that, you can never be in over your head. I don't care who I fight. And like I said, I never turned down fights this far in my career. So at the end of the day, I think that's truly amazing in itself. You got guys pick and choose. I don't pick and choose. The first name they gave to me, I took.
When you fight a guy that either knocks you out or gets knocked out, what kind of adjustments do you make?
You fight him accordingly. You listen to the corner. Fred Jenkins, he got the right game plan. You never go against the game plan. I think that's been working for me this far. When I fought Derek Finley, Fred said, don't throw more than 3 punches because he's a puncher in front of him. And that worked for me. Even though I wanted to stand there and throw 5 or 6 punches, I never went away from the game plan. Never. You never go away from the game plan going into the fight. You stick to the game plan, I think you'll be successful every time. I mean, I just really believe that. I stick to my corner's game plan. Like I said, all right, the talk is Brian Jennings and Klitschko. If Brian Jennings stick to the Fred Jenkins game plan, he will be the heavyweight champion and the heavyweight king after he dethroned Klitschko. He stick to Fred Jenkins, and what Fred Jenkins saying, I think he'd dethrone the Klitschko. Just off the game plan that Fred Jenkins had. I mean, he had the first IBF world champion. So you got to look at that. I got a lot of experience in my corner. Danny Davis been around Bernard Hopper. Bernard Hopper used to do it. My dad, head coach, I mean, he's knocking everybody out. 19 straight knockouts. Was rated number 3 in the world. But you got to experience corner like that, man. You can't never overlook that.
Yeah. Another person that your opponent fought was Gilberto Ramirez, another top-ranked, undefeated super middleweight prospect. Do you think you two are on a collision course?
I believe so, but and we on the same promotional team, but there's no teams in boxing. If he get that title before I get, I'm coming for him. And I told him that when we fought out Vegas together. He get that title before I get it, I'm coming for him. I don't got no picks. You know what I mean? I don't care who you is. If you get in that, if you got the title, you got something I want, I'm coming to get it. That's the beauty about boxing. It's not set up. It's not set up to say, oh, the Eagles won, well, we're gonna play dollars next week. No. If they champions, no, if he the champ in this game, I'm coming to get him. It ain't gonna be no, you know what I mean, I pick and choose it. If he the champ, Bob and Aaron gonna have to make it happen.
December 13th, 2300
December
Arena.
13th, 2300 Arena. Jesse Hart, you don't want to miss this one. After this fight, I think it's going to catapult me into a superstar. Because this stage, I mean, the tickets are sold, everybody coming out. This is all the city is talking about right now. So you don't want to miss this fight if you're in Philadelphia, or if you're in New York, or the Delaware area, period. You know what I mean? Just come out and support Jesse Hart, man. We want the whole tri-state out here, you know what I mean? We got Fred Jenkins again, you know what I mean? Y'all ask him some questions because this is big for him too. This is his day also. So, you know what I mean? You gotta take the good with the bad. Like I said, when you get 2 guys like this on a card, it's historic. This is going down in history. I don't think it'll never be done again unless we're on a world championship stage. You know what I mean? You don't get this too often. Cyclone Hart son and Fred Jenkins son, 2 legends of the city. That's amazing in itself. Come on, man. that's amazing in itself. And I don't think the boxing world. I think the boxing world knows the history of it. And like I said, at the end of the day, man, it's gonna catapult both of them into mega superstars.
Why?